Why should you build them? Someone asked me. So what is a jig? That's a good question for someone that don't know. A jig is something that you make to be able to duplicate a project or duplicate that item again, or be able to bring it out when you need to do a certain fabrication or a certain product. So you build your welding jigs to be able to build products. This, for example, is a jig of my shooting target. As you see, it's made to line up my legs. The top spindle is made to line it up. My support bracket is made to line it up so I can tack my pieces in. My feet, as you see, I'm able to sit it there, get this even. Once it's even, like I like it, it's 6 on each side, put it in the middle. I tack it in, then I take it out, stack it on the bottom, them 2 feet, tack this in. Then before I put these in, I slide this in here too, and I tack it in here when I do the legs. So when I get ready to do the legs, I slide this out, put it in here, tack it, put it back up. So what I did was, as I built it, I was thinking of ways to duplicate it. I said, okay, if I make this again, how can I come up with something to make this easier? So I built a jig, and this is a frame with some round bar, you know, structural angle iron. I got a piece of flat right here, just a flat. I didn't want angle iron here, so I just wanted to kind of be like a guide when you sit it down. So the purpose of this is, when I'm doing other things, I can have someone actually tack these together, fabricate these for me, set them to the side. So you can tack them together, get everything ready, then you can fall back, weld them out, clean them up. So, having a jig is very valuable. The importance of it is you can be able to duplicate things faster. Um, you can be able to fill a demand. Say if you building like my skids, I have a jig with them also, but I don't have it right now. I end up actually, I end up using the jig as a prototype and left it. So I'm about to build another one for OKC, and the one I'm gonna have is just gonna be for the shop. This jig is actually just gonna be for when I'm fabricating them. I'm gonna have 2 different setups on the jig itself, so that way I can build the horizontal or the vertical. Depends on what the customer wants. You know what I mean? But all the pieces will be pre-cut and ready. So it's kind of like a puzzle or a I like to tell my son it's like Legos, because when we talk about welding, I say, baby, it's just like Legos. We're gonna put something together and make something. And so he gets the concept of having to think and having to do it right. And believe me, when he sees something that, like, if I cut something, he said, Daddy, that right there got a little gap in it. It could have been a little better. Your kids are going to critique you too. You know what I'm saying? So I love networking with them. I can't wait to get them around me. We have worked on like a few projects, like building planes for him and me putting together certain things. He always was excited to watch me do it for him. So, I think that is valuable to work with projects like that with your kids. But I just wanted to show you the importance of a welding jig to be able to multiply your products, be able to duplicate them faster. Like I said, you can fill more orders quicker. You can be able to have um, shelf life, means you can have a retail. You can be able to make your stuff sum up, so that way you can have your personal retail, and then you have your uh, distribution side where you make them to just distribute to different areas. But it's good to come up with your skid as you build whatever you build. So I like to say a rule of thumb is, as you create something or as you build it and line it out, especially if it's something that you can duplicate, try to come up with ways to make it easier the next time and the next time, a way to lay it out so if you're not around, you can have someone else lay it out for you and get everything in line. Peace, brother. Peace. so that way you can lay it in line. So I think that it's just wise to build jigs to be able to duplicate your products. Um, it can, like I say, it can help you in many different areas. I'm actually building a few jigs for my upcoming school and the classes I'm gonna be doing independently, helping people. The best way to show people how to fabricate is to actually give them something to fabricate and to line it out where they have to figure it out and troubleshoot, and then they get it right, and it's able to give them good leadership and able to get them to understand why certain things are certain ways, why you use certain metals, certain temperatures. It kind of gives you a um, wide variety of skills when you're working with one that kind of helps you sharpen yourself up. So I just think it's wise to build your jigs to actually, create something you can use to help you build products. And like I say, this is my shooting target skid. I mean jigs, so it's very lightweight, easy. Like I say, this is just something that I built to make shooting targets. So after I get all my pieces together, I just set everything up. And that's why it's important. That way you can just build your pieces, set them in your jig, tack everything up, go to the next one. But this is just a small example. I actually got a couple more pieces that go with this. There's a few more of these, but it's just not in the video at the moment. I just want to give an example because someone asked me, and a person, a wise person, told me this. There can be dumb answers, but if you don't know, that's not a dumb question. Now, you can ask something that might be a little um, evident to some, I think, but if a person don't know, you don't know. So, don't feel a certain way about not knowing something because if you don't know, just say, hey, man, I don't know that. You got to explain it to me. I done had to tell people that on certain jobs and dealing with certain things, they'll just jump and just look at me like I know this. I'm like, nah, this is not my field. I don't know this. You need to explain this. Or, I don't have no problem with telling you I don't know. So that way I can know the next time. You know what I mean? So I just think it's important to build jigs and to actually, come up with stuff um, to help your growth in your products. Hold on.